friends, it's Kathleen and today I'm doing kind of a weird tag. I'm doing the makeup and books tag, which is a really fun tag. I love watching booktubers do this. I just like watching non-beauty guru bookish type people do their makeup. I think it's fun and I like the recommendations that usually come out of these videos, so I'm really excited to do my own. This is the first time I've not worn makeup on camera, and to be honest, I never go out without makeup. So this is kind of weird, but we're gonna have some fun anyway, so let's just get started. So the first question there is primer. The question is supposed to be a book that left a long-lasting impression. Okay, bye! And for this, I'm gonna use the Milani Prime Light Primer. It makes your face like really shiny and glowy, and if you're really dry like me, that's really nice. So we're gonna go in with that, and I just kind of put this on my face. I usually go way overboard, but maybe I'm gonna contain myself for videos, so I should always do my makeup maybe? Who knows? Okay, this is like not exciting at all, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, and then I just kind of rub that into my skin. Very sophisticated, I know. Put a little bit on my forehead. Kind of shake away my hair a bit, okay. Very fancy, I know. You've never seen such a technique before, but I do think this makes my skin glow. It really does, so I'm a fan of that one. And then the book that I'm going to go with for that is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I adore this book. It's so beautiful. It made my heart sing when I first read it. I simply could not stop thinking about it. I reread the last page like 5 different times, and it catapulted to my top 5 favorite books of all time, which is such a weird thing. Usually a book I read doesn't right away do that, but this one definitely did, and it has a very special place in my heart. So this definitely left a lasting impression on me. So then the next question is foundation. And this is supposed to be your favorite first book in a series. Okay, bye again. And for that, I'm going to use this e.l.f. foundation stick. I basically just take that and I put that on my skin. And then I take the beauty blender and I just kind of blend it out. I tend to use way too much of this, like you will see in a moment. But this is how this is going, guys. Okay. This is a success already. Yeah, this just makes my skin not all weird and red, which I'm a fan of. Okay, so then the book I went with for that question was Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I love this book so much, and I remember I liked Crooked Kingdom, which is the sequel, but I didn't like it as much as I like Six of Crows. Six of Crows is just so well plotted. It's poetic, it's fascinating. I love all the characters. I think that Leigh Bardugo did such an amazing job with this one. I really think this is just such a well-written, amazing book. It's one of those ones that I really suggest to everybody because I just think it's so freaking good. So then the third thing that we have to do for this is concealer, and that's a character you wish you could get rid of. So I'm just going to take my NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer and I'm just going to apply this to my face. I really only use concealer under my eyes, and if you want to know a funny story, I never used to use concealer because in high school I didn't know it could go under your eyes. I thought it was only for like zits and stuff, so I just was like, well, I'm just gonna put foundation on my under eye circles, and if that doesn't work, well, I'm just gonna live with it. So then the character I would happily get rid of is Rhiannon from Every Day by David Levithan. I thought this book had such potential when I first started it, and to be honest, by the end I still thought that, but I thought that the potential lay in a story that was really unexplored throughout this book, and they focused so much on the romance, and I don't know if it's Rhiannon's fault, but it just made me not like her. I didn't care about her character. I really wasn't interested in her at all. So I thought this book was kind of a wasted opportunity. The most interesting thing that happens is definitely at the end. And I'm sorry, Rhiannon, but you're just the driving force behind the stupid romance that I don't care about. So I did not like her. So the next question here is Powder, and that's the favorite last book in a series, which is kind of a funny question because Powder is definitely not the last step in my makeup routine. But I just take this e.l.f. HD finishing powder. This is what it looks like. Comes in this tiny thing. and it has glitter in it. I don't know why. I have very dry skin, so I only use this under my eyes. I do that with this little e.l.f. blending brush, not what this is for at all, but I do it anyway. And I actually don't have a copy of this book, but the book that I would pick for this would be Winter by Marissa Meyer, which is the 4th book in the Lunar Chronicles series. I just think that series is so good and well done, and not exactly underrated, but not as loved by as many people as I want to love it. I thought that the last book was really long, but it really covered everything it needed to cover, and I thought that all the characters were so vibrant and I cared about them and loved all of them. I loved all the romances. I thought she wrapped everything up really well and even had complex villains that weren't just black and white evil, which I adored. So I really have to say that would probably be my favorite last book in a series. So then the next question for this is going to be Eyebrows, and that is a book that I think everybody should read. And for this, I'm actually gonna properly take a little mirror. This is just my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and you are getting a sneak peek. This will be returning in moments. And I'm going to use a mirror in that to apply my eyebrows because this will look stupid otherwise. But this is the Gosh Cosmetics Brow Pencil. I really like it. It's real good. It doesn't completely match my brows, but it's better than most, so I just roll with it. Anyhow. Okay, brow number 2. I'm gonna go sharpen this. 1 second. Okay, those are acceptable and they somewhat match, so I would probably fix those up later if I go anywhere, but the book I would recommend that everybody should read is The Truth Commission by Susan Juby. I don't think anyone knows about this book, and that makes me so sad because it's so good. It's a Canadian YA. Sorry, the eyebrow situation here is driving me nuts. Anyway, these 3 teens go to this art school and they decide to form this group called the Truth Commission, where they'll go up to people and they'll just ask them for their truths and see what comes out of it. It's so smart and well done. And the other main plot happening in the story is that the main character, Normandy, has this ridiculously famous sister who writes these graphic novels, and she takes her family and she fictionalizes them into the graphic novels, but she exaggerates them and everyone knows who she's writing about, and she makes her family sound awful. And it's all about what truth is and how well we can represent truth in art, whether it's our right to do so. And it's just a wonderful book, and I think everyone should absolutely read it. So then the next question is eyeshadow, and that is a book with your favorite colors on the cover. So I'm just quickly gonna take this little Milani eyeshadow primer stuff, and I'm just gonna kind of put this over my eyes because why not? We're just going wild today. Helps my eyeshadow stay on longer. It's very good stuff. And then I'm just gonna do like a very simple eyeshadow look because I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not very good at eyeshadow at all, to be honest. And then we have the palette you saw earlier I'm actually gonna use now. So this is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. If you see me wearing eyeshadow, it's probably from this palette. I use it a lot. So I'm going to go into a shade you can barely see, but this is called Peaches and Cream over here, and it's just a super, super light shade that I will use in my crease today. I'm using the same brush I used earlier for my powder, but that's fine. We're just gonna roll with it. So then what I typically do is I take this little brownie shade here. It's called Puree. It's just like a warm brown shade. You probably can't even see that, but I'm pointing to it. And I just take this tiny e.l.f. crease brush and I just kind of put that onto my outer corner and then like a little bit in the crease, you know. As the beauty gurus say, I am adding some definition. What a makeup tutorial. And then I once again take our best friend, the e.l.f. blending brush, and I just blend that together. I don't know, I feel like this looks stupid, but it's fine, whatever. So then the final step in this beautiful eye look is just I take this shade over here. It's called Nectar. It's very pretty. It's just like a soft goldeny white-ish shade. It's very nice. I don't know how actual beauty gurus do this stuff so quickly. And we'll take our favorite e.l.f. blending brush and we're just gonna go in there. That eye's done. I'm gonna go off camera and do the other one so I don't make you guys suffer. The book I actually chose for this question is a bit of a runner-up. I kind of wish I chose I'll Give You the Sun because that has rainbow colors, and rainbow colors are my favorite thing in the whole world. But as a close second, I'm gonna go with The Sky is Everywhere by Janie Nelson, which was clearly republished this cover with the sort of same theme. However, I do think it's a really beautiful cover. I actually don't love this book very much. I think I gave it 2.5 stars out of 5 when I first read it. My opinion on it was very, very different from I'll Give You the Sun, but it still fits that beautiful rainbow theme, and it has my favorite shade of green, which is a deep green. Green is actually my favorite color, so I love this sort of dark green you can see here, sort of see. Anyway, but yeah, I think this is a really beautiful book, and it's not as pretty as I'll Give You the Sun, but it's not bad either way. So the next question is eyeliner, and for that it's a dark and mysterious book. And for this, I'm actually just going to use a pencil eyeliner today. I usually use liquid, but I don't feel like messing up that much in front of all of you. I may actually have to do this off camera because this is probably not going to go well. It's just this tiny little thing. But this is the Annabelle eyeliner. I don't know what it's called. It's just a pencil eyeliner. It's in the shade Brownie. I don't even usually wear brown eyeliner, but today is a day of firsts apparently. So we're going to see how this goes. So I did go off camera to finish my eyes because they were just looking weird. Now my choice for this book is super, super random. I didn't know what kind of dark and mysterious books I really had read or owned. So I ended up going with The Hostile Hospital by Lemony Snicket. If you don't know, this is the 8th book in the A Series of Unfortunate Events series. It's one of my favorite series of all time, and I remember being super creeped out by this book when I was a kid, and I think it's just because Klaus has to, spoiler alert here, he has to pretend like he's going to cut off his sister's head because they're supposedly gonna give her a head transplant or something like that. I have to reread it. I'm trying to read this whole series. But anyway, I thought it was definitely the creepiest one in the series so far when I first read it. So that's what I picked for this. It's kind of dark, kind of mysterious. This whole series kind of is. So I think it fits the bill in general. So then the next question is mascara, and that is a long book. And for this, I'll be using the Essence Forbidden Volume Mascara. I just got this, so this is a first impressions video, if you will. Anyway, I'm just going to apply this to my lashes. It will hopefully not look stupid. Ooh, I like it. I think this is actually very nice. Okay. Okay, I'm applying the mascara to my bottom lashes. This is going well. I really like this mascara. I think it's really nice. It's not clumpy or anything, which I really like, so I think that's very pretty. I like this. I would buy this again. Okay, that's good to know. And the book I chose for this question was Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I remember reading this when I was a kid, and I just flew through it. I reread it recently, and it just reaffirmed my belief that this is by far the best one in the series. I know it arguably has the most plot holes, but I just don't care because I think it's so well done. Rereading this book just really rekindled my love for Harry Potter, and I actually think it's the perfect length. I know it's long, it's 636 pages, but I feel like it needed that much, whereas I know the general consensus around Order of the Phoenix is that it could have been shorter, but I think the Goblet of Fire was so perfect for what it was, and it's an outstanding long book, so I will always, always recommend it, and I always get really excited when people I know get to this one in the series, because I just love it so much. Hi guys, so I just put on blush. I don't think it recorded though. So for that I put on the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. And then I just used the e.l.f. Kabuki brush to apply it. I'm sorry, you couldn't see that at all, but my cheeks are pinker now. I really like this. I'm a big fan. It doesn't run out very quickly, so I do really enjoy it. Anyway, so at first I wasn't sure what to pick for my cringeworthy romance, and then I realized, wait a second. You know, Kathleen, you know what you're gonna pick. And that is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the romance between Rose and Scorpius that blooms at the end of the book. What? Like, what? This is super weird. It's not really implied much that he likes her. It's kind of mentioned maybe once at the beginning. And he spends most of the play hanging out with Albus and them forming inseparable bonds. And then at the end, they're just like, oh, actually he likes Rose. And I was like, really? Come on, you can't just play that up for a whole play and then say, oh yeah, he actually likes this, your cousin, whatever. It's fine. I just thought that was kind of unfair, and I think that they did it really weirdly, and I do not ship Rose and Scorpius at all. I like them individually, but I just don't see them in a relationship. So I did not like that romance at all, and in fact, I believe it did not happen. I like to believe most of that play wasn't canon, but I definitely feel like Rose and Scorpius did not grow up and get married. I don't think that's canon in the slightest, so that is my cringeworthy romance. So because I'm kind of a wild, trend-setting individual, I'm actually going to add a question, and that's going to be bronzer, because I just usually apply bronzer and there's no bronzer in this tag, and I might go out in the world later, so I'm going to use this Snow Bunny bronzer from Too Faced. I just kind of take this like brownie shade over here. There's like 4 different ones here. This looks so dumb, I'm sorry. This is super awkward and I just switched mirrors, but it's fine. I don't know that that actually does that much for me, but whatever. This is a very light bronzer, so not super pigmented or anything. But, you know, as one does, we're just gonna roll with it. I just put it in my hair. Okay, very, very good look, Kathleen. All right, all right. Bit of my hair lengthening here, you know, that really does nothing for that part of my face, but that's fine. So the summer read I chose for this was When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandra Manon. I adore this freaking book. It's so adorable. Basically, it's about this girl named Dimple who goes to a coding camp and she thinks her parents are finally starting to support her dreams, but then she meets a boy named Rishi who turns out to be the boy that her parents think she would be a good match with, and they want to set her up for a potential arranged marriage. The exploration of different cultures is so interesting in here. There's a really cute romance. It pretty much has everything I want in a book. My heart bursts with how much I love this book. It is the perfect summer read. So if you need something for just the beach or you just want a quick summer contemporary, I absolutely recommend this. It's fantastic. It's 5 out of 5 stars for me. The next question for this is Highlighter, and that is a book that brightened your day. And I'm actually just going to take that same bronzer, but there's like a white highlighting shade in the corner there you can see. And I'm just going to take that and just like put that on the tops of my cheekbones. Ooh, pretty. I don't know if this does that much, but whatever. It's fine. It's a nice highlight. I really like it. I kind of wish they just sold it individually, but they don't. Okay, and then I just take a bit of that like down my nose and then onto my brow bone, not my brow bone, my Cupid's bow. That's not my brow bone even slightly. Bit down the bridge of the nose. Okay, highlight done. And then for the actual book that brightened my day, I have to go with Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery. Not only is this my favorite book of all time, it's just a book that makes me happy whenever I read it. It reminds me of simpler times, it reminds me of a better world, it makes me think of all the good things that people can do and all the good things that are possible. So I really love this book. I want more people to love it. It's just wonderful, and it always makes me happy whenever I read it, even when you get to the sad books, because you root for every single character and you appreciate every single character a lot. So yes, Anne of Green Gables always brightens my day. So the final question in this tag is your favorite book kiss. And today I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Vice lipstick. This is in the shade 1993. This is actually like my favorite lipstick of all time. It's really, really nice. It's just like a really pretty neutral brown. I really like it. And I'm just going to take that same mirror and I'm just going to apply this. It's pretty. I feel like this is a very diverse shade. You can use this many times a year. Okay, lipstick has been applied. I feel like lipstick just transforms the look, you know? Like I'm a whole other person when I wear lipstick. It's very rare I would ever film a video or go in a public without lipstick. It's a pretty rare occasion for me. The book I have for this question is another one I don't actually own a copy of, but that is the 3rd book in the Winter Chronicles series, Cress, again by Marissa Meyer. And it is the kiss between Cinder and Kai at the very end. And I just love that because you've been waiting 3 books for it, and they'd gone from like liking each other to thinking they were mortal enemies to believing in each other, and then they finally kiss, and it's so satisfying. I love it. I freaking love that series, and I ship Cinder and Kai to the end of the earth. So I really, really love their kiss at the end of Cress. Alright guys, so that pretty much completes the makeup and book tag. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial, this everyday makeup look, if you will. I hope you guys at least slightly enjoyed this video. I know I kind of had fun filming this, even though it took a million years. Hit subscribe if you would like, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!